In this video, we are going to be talking about powers and exponents. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to apply these properties of powers and exponents. So first of all, let's define some vocabulary. Factors are two or more numbers that are multiplied together to form a product. The exponent tells how many times the base is used as a factor. And then the common factor is called the base. So you can see in this picture down here that the 3 is the big number, that is the base, the 4 is the exponent, so that is your little number, and then because there is 4 3's, we wrote out 4 3's. A few more vocabulary. We have powers are numbers expressed using exponents. Okay, so if I say write this as a power, it needs to have an exponent in it. If you are evaluating, that means you are finding the value of the powers by multiplying the factors. So evaluate means give the actual answer as if you were typing it into your calculator. So now numbers written without exponents, those are called, or they are in standard form. So after you evaluate a number, that is standard form. So the number 14 is standard form. The number 107 is standard form. Numbers written with exponents are exponential form. So that's your 2 to the 3rd, 5 to the 8th. Those are exponential form because there's exponents in it. Alright, so we're going to try a few examples. Write each power as a product of the same factor. So it's 7 to the 5th. That means our base is 7, our exponent is 5. We want to be writing out 7's, and we're going to write 5 of them since it says 7 to the 5th. So all you need to do, 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Now notice for my multiplication symbols, I am using dots instead of x's. It's very important that you get into this habit now. Once we start doing more algebra later in the year, using x's for your multiplication is just going to mess you up because we use x's a lot when we are solving equations. So 7 to the 5th is 5 sevens written out. 5 to the 2nd, or this is a special one, you can say 5 squared, means we have 5's and we are writing them out twice. So we are doing 5 times 5. So when you are writing a power as a product of the same factor, you are just writing out the numbers however many times it says. So go ahead, pause the video and try these 3. And when you are done, you can unpause the video and check your answer. Alright, so the first one says 6 to the 4th. So that means we are writing out 6's 4 times. So it's just 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. 1 to the 3rd, or another special way because it's third, you can say cubed. So 1 cubed or 1 to the 3rd. So we are writing out 1's 3 times. 1 times 1 times 1. 2 to the 5th means we are writing out 2's 5 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so we're going to practice evaluating these expressions now. So remember that evaluate means you need to find the answer to the problem. So you're going to write out as a product of powers, and then you're just going to multiply those numbers together. Okay, so our 2 examples here, we have evaluate 2 to the 5th and 8 to the 3rd, or remember you can say 8 cubed. So 2 to the 5th means I am going to write out 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And when I multiply that together, 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8, times another 2 is 16, times another 2 is 32. So our final answer is 32. Writing out 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is not part of the answer. That is just showing our work. Okay? So when it says evaluate, really all I need is the number 32 on this answer. 8 cubed, remember that means to write out 8 3 times. And now we're going to multiply it. 8 times 8 is 64, times another 8 is 512. So again, when it says evaluate, I am just looking for the final answer, the 512. Writing out 8 times 8 times 8, that is showing your work. It is not part of the answer. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video and try these 3 on your own. When you're done, unpause the video and check your answers. Alright, 10 squared, or 10 to the second. Our work is 10 times 10, and our answer is 100. 7 cubed means 7 times 7 times 7, that is our work. And when we multiply those all together, our answer is 343. 1 to the 7th means we are writing out ones 7 times. And we are multiplying those together. No matter how many ones we wrote down, the answer is still 1. Okay, so we took exponents, exponential form, and we wrote it out. We're going to work backwards. And we are going to condense these numbers. So you need to look at what number you see and how many you see. So since we see 3's, that means our base is 3. Since we see 4 of them, our exponent is 4. Alright, so let's try these ones. Write each product in exponential form. Remember, exponential form means it has an exponent in it. Okay, so it's a dead giveaway that we're not looking for the final answer. We're not evaluating, because evaluating gives the final answer and doesn't have an exponent in it. So we're working backwards on these ones. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, I see 10s, and I see 4 of them. The next one is 12 times 12 times 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. So I see 12s. And if I count them up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So our final answer is 12 to the 6. Alright, so that is it. When you are done with your notes, one good thing is if we look through this real quick, I won't do this every video. But when you are reviewing your notes, you're going to take out your highlighters. You don't just want to highlight the whole page. Okay, so the whole point of highlighting is to draw your eye to certain parts of the page. So things to highlight is vocab, headers, steps if there's any, and then any personal notes. So when you come to class and you're asking questions, and you write that in your notebook, I would highlight that so it sticks out because that was something extra that you needed to know. So go ahead and take out your highlighters and highlight your notes. You're going to pick a different color for each of these for vocab, headers, steps, and personal notes, and use that throughout your notes for the entire year. So that is it for this video. Thanks for watching.